are happening, wheels are turning. The hamsters out there in the internet are going wild right now. So I'm hoping that connecting eventually, it says connected. So haven't the foggiest if it's actually working. We will find out. But now, so we're giving everybody as many options as they want. We are trying to give people places to chat. We are trying to see, are you saying that you banned got last week? No, I didn't get banned. Not yet. Here we go. Here apparently is the video. So, hi Crystal, it's good to see you. So many people from all around. So let's talk poo-yube. You poop? You pube. I don't even know. You guys all have hilarious hilarious names for things. So here's the deal. We are going to try and take our brand of fuckery a little wider, and we're probably going to get banned. Oh, thank you. I'm adorable. That's exciting because I feel like shit. I'm rocking the headband because I didn't want to brush my hair. I'm rocking my work makeup, which is, if I get real close, you'll see it's no makeup at all, except some like slept in eyeliner. I got a nice big zit on my chin. Here's the deal. Streaming is raw. This is what I've learned. You put yourself on camera and it is what it is. You just roll. You just roll with it. You just live with it. And so when in doubt, you pick a niche like heavy metal, because the worse you look, the more authentic you look. So you just rock your fucking zebra stripe, cover up the fact that your hair hasn't been brushed in like 6 days, and you just go from there. You just go with it. But the reality is if you guys are interested in heavy metal, awesome. I'm going to play some great music for you. If you're not, on Saturdays I talk about blockchain, I talk about tech, we do community chat, and I help answer questions, comments, things like that around blockchain technology, disruptive technology, and I play you synthwave, which is not that far removed from heavy metal. A lot of the heavy metal fans end up, is that my casting couch in the background? It is. It is indeed. So you guys can see, if you've been following along with the saga that is Crimson Clad starts streaming, I've been doing this for 3 years now, at least 3 years. Oh yeah, no, it's, again, listen, Doctor Who fan, Crystal, thank you for the skin compliments, but if I get up real close, I have pores, there they are, it's fine. Here's the thing, just up the contrast and you'll look amazing. So yes, I've been doing this for 3 years, and you guys have been coming for 3 years. We've been building a huge audience. It's so cool. It's so much fun. The madness is real. But so what you'll notice is for a long time, I put off having a camera because I didn't have my studio ready. But now, look at this. It's exciting. So even from last week, we've got new shelving up. We've got the frames are up. The background is coming along. There are the albums up there. Some of these are going to change. Some of my memorabilia is going to go up there. And then this wall, I'm trying to decide. I think... What do you guys think? I'm going to hang my guitars here, and then we'll start having, oh God, my legs are so white. They're just so white. We'll start having stuff, talks, things like that, things like that. And eventually we'll branch out into people, interviews and things like that. But we're getting there. We're getting there, right? It's coming along. It's slowly coming along. And so... Those pants are lit. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm a pale motherfucker. That's it. This is how metalheads are. We don't leave the house a whole lot, and we listen to loud music, and we tend to be a little spooky complexioned. So, listen, nobody gives a shit about any of this, but we're just chitty chatting. We're having some fun. I want to play you guys some more music tonight, and I was thinking, I've got more color than Danzig. I do. It's a low bar, but I'll take it. It's a win. Any win's a win. Any port in a storm, any hole in a drought. That's probably rude. Maybe I'm going to get banned. It's going to happen. We'll take bets. We'll take over-under bets. I would like to say, Ron, can you help me in the Discord chat if you're there? And Twitch, Vim, wherever you're chatting, go ahead, throw it in the chat. It'll show up here in Discord. Let's take bets on my first social media banning. How long do you think it will take? Ron, if he's listening, which he probably is, let's take a pool. everybody will get to pick a time. How long in like days or in like amount of shows? We have to pick this out. That will be tonight. So Sunravel Me says gonna get banned from YouTube first. So that's just it. What do we think? Which platform will ban me first and how long will it take? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through the chat. I'm gonna give away some Hive. And if you don't know what Hive is, I'd love to tell you, but it's basically money, and I'm gonna give away some money when I get banned. And the reality is, it's gonna happen. I'm ignoring my YouTube chat. Oh, wait, YouTube, Shane, YouTube is supposed to be showing, YouTube isn't connected. Okay, Shane, thank you. YouTube friends, I am going to get the YouTube piped in here to the restream. So don't worry, I'm gonna start being able to answer you too. We're gonna do it. But let's just see. We're gonna see how long it takes me to get banned, and I'm gonna give away some money when I do to show off how cool it is to be able to stream on the blockchain. But in that time, we need more music. So tonight, I realized I was in a bit of a rock and roll mood. I realized I was in a bit of a weird headspace, and so I thought, okay, I have I have a bunch of sort of old bluesy kind of rock and roll tonight. And one of the tracks that I want to play for you guys that I haven't played in a long time is some old Saxon. Now, Saxon Saxon was one of sort of the new wave of British heavy metal. If you have been listening to me for a couple years, or you really know much of anything about heavy metal, you'll know that basically the mid-70s was sort of a time, especially overseas, over the pond there. It was a time of growth and experimentation in what was happening in rock and roll. And there was a sound that was emerging, and Venom is probably one of the sort of most important bands of that movement. But you have Saxon, you have Iron Maiden, you have sort of this British sound that ended up coming over the pond. And so now you see this big long acronym, this NWOBHM. It's dumb, but it's the new wave of British heavy metal. And these guys were a part of that. And as you moved into the 80s, all of these bands that came over with this new wave of British heavy metal got smoking famous, except Saxon. Saxon somehow just couldn't catch a break. They never really got lit up. And it's crazy because they're a great band and they started off strong and so many things were happening, and you thought, these guys, they're going to be right up there along Iron Maiden, but somehow they just petered out along the way. And that being said, there are a lot of gems in their discography. And one of the tracks that I want to play for you guys, I'm not saying I pick tracks that I identify with, but I do. And I'm going to play you a track called Princess of the Night. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. Every Thursday night, I'm stupid. I drink. Oh, I got to get alcohol. We're going to do that. And I play you guys some heavy metal. This is a classic. It's from way back when. It's called Princess of the Night. And it's a gooder. So you should turn it up. Let's try the new opening. To the music.
She used to be an iron horse 20 years ago. Used to bring the mail to me through the ice and snow. I sat alone and watched her steaming through the night. 90 tons of thunder lighting up the sky. She was the princess of the night. We saw the writing on the wall. She was the princess of the night. I take a ride across the sky. Speeding through like lightning, engine working hard. Running sound of footlead, shining in the night. Iron striking metal, the sound of racing steel. It's all I ever want to hear. It's music through my ears. She was a princess of the night. We saw the writing on the wall. She was a princess of the night. I take a ride across the sky.
Yes, there you go. A little bit of Saxon. Hey, I'm Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. So yes, I know the music overlay doesn't have the webcam yet. I'm gonna fix it. None of you guys listen when I say that I fucked up and I didn't have the show prepared. I didn't have the overlay prepared, but the show must go on. So even though I wasn't ready tonight, even though I'm fucked up beyond all reason, foobar plus plus, even though I have absolutely no handle on what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to do, the show sucks, I'm in a weird headspace, everything's a disaster, still got to be here, still got to hang out. That's what it's all about. So, on that note, we're going to have some fun. Now, we are going to do our best to... We're going to do our best to not immediately get banned on traditional social media. If you have an account on one of those, you're welcome to follow. You can find whatever works best for you. That's where you should be watching the show. That's where you should be listening. Everything sounds better than Discord. And I'm doing my best to try and get all of the chat properly set up, but it's not yet. So YouTubers, people who are hanging out on YouTube and watching there, it's fucked up. I haven't got it hooked up. I'm going to try and do it right now. I just don't remember how to how to sync up new channels, because I'm a giant fucking loser. Let's just see. Dashboard. Let's go there. This isn't correct either. How do I add more channels? How do I do it? Guys, oh my God, I'm so fucking dumb. It's shocking, really. You know, it's one thing that I'll tell you is I have learned very early on that I'm great at streaming and I'm great at having fun with you. I am not great at managing all of the things that go along with putting out a good stream. I'm not good at it, not even a little bit. So, you know what, YouTube, I'm going to figure it out. But let's see. Dis noise is gone. Now you can hear Crim clear. Now, part of that is because is that a Molson? It's not. It is a local Vancouver brewery. They do a really nice fat 7% apple cider. It's simply because I didn't have time to mix a cocktail in that break. Now I see Road to Nowhere has joined us. Patient Zero. Hi. Box on. Hi to everybody. Lacey is trying to power through work so she can make it to the show. But yeah, so here's the deal. If you have missed the first hour of the show, it's fuckery. I have no show planned for tonight. We've played a little bit of power metal. We've played some Viking metal. We've played some classics. We're going to move into some industrial stuff in a little bit. But the reality is this week has been really hard on me. And as much as I joke here on the show, and it's always fine, it's always fun, we're always on, this week has taken it right the fuck out of me. And we don't want to talk about it. But at the same time, don't base your opinions on the show, on tonight's show. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is some of the upcoming episodes that I've put together. I have some 6 Degrees of Mutilation episodes, which are my little, they're my little love notes to artists. And I basically spend some time doing, they're a bad take on 6 Degrees of Separation. I do deep dives into artist careers, and some of the ones that I've done in the past have been Peter Steele, Devin Townsend. I've got a couple of those on the go. I have some theme shows that are almost prepped. Tonight you don't get them. Tonight you get me drinking a cider, bitching about being betrayed. So earlier I was talking about how do you deal with betrayal? Now, obviously, it doesn't happen to me a whole lot, so I'm not good at it, number one. But number two, loud music, obviously, that's a catharsis for most people. Everybody's checking their rank like they're gonna rank up in the server. Now, here's the thing. If you're new, pint is a good start. Cheers to you, man. Now, normally, when somebody levels up in the chat, I take a shot. Now, when we used to have a ton of new people, when you guys all started years ago, I would get toasty. Just rip, roar, and toast you on the stream. But now, we're older. We're wiser. We've been doing FullForce Radio for 3 whole years. Many of you don't level up in chat anymore, but that's fine because I drink anyways. So, will I drink on command? No. Will I absolutely chug the fuck out of this if somebody levels up? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Now, you guys only like me drunk. And you guys only like the shit shows. But so here's the deal. I was talking about this earlier and we never really explored it that much. But I thought I like a good reminder when I've done something dumb and I've fucked up and I've been betrayed. Because I don't put myself out there all that often. I really don't. So when I do get betrayed, it is a surprise. It's always a surprise. It's never not going to be a surprise. I like to remind myself of where I made that mistake. And in this one, I thought I was all covered. I really did. I had paperwork. I had the right. This is an employee. It's all going to be fine. So I was thinking, what do I want to remind myself of this? What do I want? And I found the perfect little thing, and I'm going to order it, and I'm going to buy myself some goddamn jewelry. Now that sounds ridiculous, but it's what I'm going to do. So I'm curious to know what's on your plate? What happens when you get annoyed or frustrated or whatever, when you need to treat yourself? What do? I want to know. I'll show you guys. Hey, Jagged. I want to know. I'm curious. Like, I play off you guys. You guys tell me all sorts of things. Tell me your secrets. Tell me how you do it. Solo says go out to the woods. Jagged says, I love your taste in metal. It tastes like metal. Well, I mean, in general, don't put too much metal in your mouth. I mean, like a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, absolutely. And we play a little bit of everything on this show. So if you don't like what I'm playing at this second, come back in like 10 minutes and I'll play something else and I'll probably scare you off then too. Shane is providing meat service for anyone who needs it. But let's just continue down this rabbit hole. Now, Valkyria says, I hop online when I get annoyed, or I drink occasionally, or I take a relaxing bath. I like all of those. Turns out I can't take a bath on stream though. Although I feel like that really, the thought that's super, super famous for taking baths. Didn't she do that? Wasn't that a thing? That was a thing for a while. She's famous. It worked for her. So, listen, I promised you guys something moving a little bit more industrial. And I'm going to play a band that I haven't played for you guys in a long, long time. I'm going to play a band for you that's called Samael. Now, Samael, they're Swiss? I should know this, but I don't. They're Swiss. And they started out as an extreme metal band. They were weird and eclectic and strange. And over the last couple years, they've really kind of focused their sound down. It's a little more industrial. It's a little more electronic. It's gothy. And it's got kind of this weird, like, Hail Satan at a rave kind of vibe. And one of the songs that they have, I play it pretty often in terms of the show. I play it pretty often because it's just got the feeling behind metal that I live off of. Julia says, that's right, I did a show in a hot tub once. Yes, very much so. Fair enough. So Crystal says she drives while blasting metal and screaming it out. Agreed. I do that, and other drivers on the road think I'm insane. They think I'm batshit. Tori is asking, what was the name of the Canadian band played earlier? It's a band called Unleash the Archers. Jagged, I'm really excited that I'm your first MSP Waves show. You're either going to fit in at every show or I'm going to scare you away forever. 50-50 chance, both of which are good. Now, yeah, the hot tub show, that was early on. This is nostalgia. One of the things that I have done over the years while being on Hive is I've broadcasted while traveling. And yeah, LPO Faust is definitely scarier when he gets right down into the dregs of dicks and butts and strange things to buy on Amazon. But the reality is it's wherever... It's whatever you make of it. And sometimes chat makes this a little strange, but Julia's right. I did a show in Iceland, and I did a show in a hot tub. I was sitting in a hot tub under the aurora, at 4 a.m. in the morning in Iceland, sharing heavy metal with you guys. And it was so amazing. And those are the kind of experiences that I would love to take from, you know, these 3 years. And I want to share them out. And I want to tell more people about what a great fucking community is available here on Hive. And yeah, LP Faust has a show called Joculation. If you want to learn more about our shows, because we've got a ton on MSP Waves. Clay is in the audience. Clay has a show. Ron has a show. Mackenzie Gary has a show. Look at all these fabulous people with shows. You can go to mspwaves.com. You can find the full schedule. It'll be in your own time zone. You can look through all of the shows. You can find out when I'm on the air and avoid it. And you can go from there. But it is, we're all in acquired taste. All of us. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to buy myself. I'm going to share it with you because, you know, that's what we're here for. It's a good little bitch. And I'm going to play this Samael track because sometimes I need a reminder that metal exists for a reason. And we've spent a lot of time talking about this on this show. Metal is one of those genres that even if you don't like it at first, it tends to get under your skin. Metal is catharsis. Metal is extreme emotion. Whether you're extremely happy, extremely sad, extremely angry, whatever you might be, there's music that fits and embraces and expresses that. And that's why metal is so important to me, because I find it is something that always matches up with whatever I'm currently feeling. And that's so dumb. That's all music. That's all art. But at the same time, metal is something that really meshes well with people who are feeling disenfranchised or who feel like they don't fit in. And I know, again, that's all music, right? Kind of not. Metal is one of the scenes that is the most welcoming out there. And it's very strange because over the years, when I first started listening to metal, I was too scared to go to shows. And I think I've told you guys this before. I was too scared to go to shows. Big dudes, ponytails, fucking armor. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get my shit kicked out of me. And I did. Over and over and over again. Every time I got in the pit, I got the shit kicked out of me. But it was in a good way. And it was a camaraderie. And it became this addiction for me, is to go somewhere where no one judges you, no one gives a shit, no one cares, and to throw yourself into the middle of that and just let go. That's what music means to me. But what you can find in metal, for every track that is, you know, a fucking pig destroyer, cannibal corpse, like true cult black metal behemoth, whatever, you know, gore porn kind of thing. You can find bands that are expressive and positive and even sometimes enlightening. And it's funny that Samael is a band that is considered quite satanic in their imagery and their lyrics, and they can put out a track like this. So, you know, big old tangent as per usual. I'm going to play a song called On Earth. And right now, with the climate that is going on out there, with everything that is happening around the world, with all of the strangeness and the emotion and the division, sometimes it's nice to be able to turn up some really loud music and feel included. My name is Crimson Clyde. This is FullForce Radio. I got you guys for like 2 more hours? 2 more hours here on MSP Waves. What time is it? What day is it? How did I get here? Who put this pudding in my pants? you go. All right. So, I don't know. We're figuring out the overlay. The camera's on the overlay now. We're getting things sort of sorted out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not there yet, but we'll get it. We'll figure it out. Now, I looked away for seconds and chat has fucking exploded. I don't know what's happening. There's lots of cheese. I'm excited. Cheese is delicious. I'm never going to give up cheese. You know, we talked about this earlier. Hey, Freeborn Angel. Good to see you. Welcome. Hi to everybody joining us. Fuck you and bye to everybody leaving us. My name is Crimson Clad, and on Thursday nights, I play heavy metal, hard rock. We talk some shit. I just played you guys a track by Samael, and one of the reasons that I love that track so much is it's literally just listing off it's literally just listing off places in the world and saying, hey, you know what? It's cool. Like, get together, dance with your heathen tribe, give no fucks, live your best life. Now, we were talking about this earlier. A lot of us are lactose intolerant, or at least I am. And I could see people are talking about it in Jagged. People are talking about being lactose intolerant. Now, I have to say, this is the cruelest fucking thing that's ever happened, ever. I don't know what bullshit God would ever allow, would ever allow an animal to not be able to eat cheese anymore. But fuck that noise. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. And I have decided I can avoid cream. I can avoid milk. I can avoid all these things. But cheese. I will die on the cheese hill. I don't care. I will die on the cheese hill. I will eat cheese. I will be a farty, bloaty mess. I give no fucks. It will not happen. Now I see in chat people are talking about this. I can't imagine going without ice cream. Same for Sun Ravelry. Sun Ravelry and Valkyria are in the same boat. And same with Qua. Everybody's like, not gonna have ice cream. Yeah. Solo makes a good point. What the fuck? When do animals eat cheese in the wild? I'm an animal. I'm fairly wild at times. I love cheese. I will fight you for cheese. I'll fight an animal for cheese. Forget it. I don't care. I bet you if you made cheese and you put it out in the wild, every animal would eat it. I bet they'd fight over it. So don't sass me. Everybody eats cheese. Everybody likes cheese. Now, Clay is saying he can't post any butts in chat, and that's sad. Your cheese passion amuses me. I am passionate about cheese. I'm fine with that. If I could just feta and Parmesan and like a sharp double smoked cheddar for the rest of my life. This is what happens when betrayal happens. I buy fried halloumi. Yes. Oh, see. So it's turning into cheese appreciation night. Betrayal, BEFF, and cheese appreciation night. Now remember, one of the things that we do on this show is we name every there's a DM monitor bot. Yeah. There is, yes, exactly, Sunravel Me. We have to name the show. And we do this every night. Now, one of the things you guys may or may not know, if you go to fullforce.rocks, which is my website for this show, I have started posting each week's title and playlist on the website. So that's really exciting. You know, all those things you guys told me to do like 3 years ago, I'm slowly getting to them now. Someday, I'm going to be like a 50% professional streamer. But somebody asked me this earlier in DM, so I thought I'd bring it up for the show. If you want to hear any of the tracks I play, if you want to see what's on my playlist, if you want to revisit an episode from the past, if you just want to dig through my music like some fucking creepy person, you're welcome to do that. I highly encourage it. Yes, the humming sound in the background is not just you, Marco. There is like a light hum. It is because I have an incredibly powerful computer and I do not have an arm. I know something is humming. I know. I'll just hold here. Look, I'll hold this up. Is that better? I know something is humming. So the reality is I don't have a boom or a scissor arm for my microphone yet. And the reality is, it's because I have a god-awful, fuck-off, giant, huge mic. I have I have a Yeti Blue, and it's a great mic. Well, it turns out that you could club a man to death with this mic. In fact, I could pick this up, and I could just beat you into a pulp. Great. I already have a cloth under the mic, Ron. There's a layer of shit. There's more than a mouse pad. I have a giant thick foam pad under my microphone. I already have it. And it's literally like 8 feet apart. Show us the microphone. I can't. I've fixed all my cables. I'm a compulsive cable fixer. God damn it, Sunravel me. God damn it. I can't. Okay? Listen. I will at some point. It's gigantic. And so the problem is I've been looking for a boom mic arm. It turns out, yeah, the reason that it was better is because I picked it up in my hands. That's why it was better. I can hold it for a while if you want. Compulsive cable fixer. Yes, all of my cables are perfectly run under my desk. I don't have any hanging cables. I don't have any excess swag of cable. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. I don't know if you guys are OCD, but I am. So here's the deal. I can't move the microphone, but I'm looking for an arm to lift it up off the desktop, put the hard disk on the floor. No, Gecko, no, you guys are terrible. Just here, hang on a second. Just listen. I'll show you. Let's just give me, yeah, I do. I lay good cable. Hang on. Look, here. Look. There's the big motherfucking Yeti Blue microphone. Here it is. It's a beast. Here's the PC. Look at all my schmutz on the desk. Here's the big monster PC. They are way far away from each other, but it doesn't matter. Give me some time. I'm a new streamer. I'm bullshit. I'm a girl. It is indeed. It's under here. What are you talking about? Ron, you're annoying the fuck out of me right now. I don't even know what to say. It's not sitting on anything. Yes, it is. It is. It's sitting. Here, I'll take it out. This is what it's sitting on. A big, thick, squishy... Why am I explaining this on stream? You're ruining my live stream, Ron. You're ruining it. This is all your fault. Long story short, the mic is not directly on the table. Oh my God. Fucking backseat streamers out there. I don't have a boom mic for it yet. I will get a boom mic. The humming stopped because the computer's done doing what it's going to do. It'll start again when it wants to. Sometimes it gets hot. Oh my God. This is just... Fuck all of you guys. Fuck you. I don't even know why I stream. It's bullshit. You guys are bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm going to play music. I'm going to play a track by Clutch called The Mob Goes Wild.
Please allow me to adjust my pants so that I may dance the good time dance and put the onlookers and innocent bystanders into a trance. Give the sea so the swine will marry and propagate lies. Tough luck for elected officials. The beast you see got 50 eyes. Bring it on home, spread the wealth, play it cool, the hand's been dealt. Now all the odds are in our favor. Save the victory speeches for later. Streets on fire. The mob goes wild, wild, wild. Streets on fire. The mob goes wild. 21 guns, box made of pine. Letter from the government sealed and signed. Delivered Federal Express on your mother's doorsteps. 21 guns, box made of pine. Letter from the government sealed and signed. Delivered Federal Express on your mother's doorsteps. Condoleezza Rice is nice, but I prefer Oroni. And that man on the TV who speaks to the dead, you know that man's a phony. Everybody move to Canada, smoke lots of pot. Everybody move to Canada right now. Here's how we do it. crossed the border God before he and his dog ever knew it. Streets on fire, the mob goes wild, wild, wild. Streets on fire, the mob goes wild. 21 guns, box made of pine, letter from the government sealed and signed, delivered Federal Express on your mother's doorsteps. 21 guns, box made of pine, letter from the government sealed and signed, delivered Federal Express on your mother's doorsteps. Well, alright.
Clutch up in here. My friends, we are coming right up on the halfway point in the show. Oh, gosh. So, what a disaster we're having tonight. What a disaster. I didn't prep a show. You didn't prep a show. Nobody's ready. Nobody knows what's going on. We're having a time. Everybody's beaking me. The Bloodsport song on repeat. Yes, Unravel Me. Yes, yes. I love to hear that I'm slowly eroding the minds of my listeners. It feels good. Feels good to know. That's the main goal of this whole little exercise. So yes, that was a little bit of Clutch. It's called The Mob Goes Wild. I'm not saying it... I'm not saying it's a perfect track for right now, but yeah, I mean, it starts off just perfect. Please allow me to adjust my pants so I may dance the good time dance and put the onlookers and innocent bystanders in a trance. Give the disease so the swine will marry and propagate lies. Tough luck for elected officials. The beast you see got 50 eyes. Bring it on home, spread the wealth. Play it cool, the hand's been dealt. And now all the odds are in our favor. Save the victory speeches for later. The streets are on fire. The mob goes wild. And of course, everybody move to Canada, smoke lots of pot. Yeah, it's and if you were listening at that part, it literally says, everybody move to Canada right now. Here's how we'll do it. Bum rush the border guard before he and his dog ever knew it. We have a little bit more than one dog. We have like 4 dogs, okay? But you're welcome up here anytime. So it looks like nobody in chat is focused on the show, and that's A-okay by me, because like I said, my shit is not together. Yeah, bum rush the Mounties. See how that goes for you. But come on up. Water's fine. You have your 14 days worth of quarantine. But otherwise, you're more than welcome to come hang. Leonis is just listening. Well, that's fabulous. Thank you, Leonis. I like you. You're the right type, friend. Lacey says, if everyone moves to Canada, I promise to hotbox your car. Yeah, absolutely. Lacey and I will roll up and get you in my dog wagon and we'll have a time. If you want to come up, if any of you listeners across any of the platforms want to come up, I've met up with like a bunch of you now and none of you have axe murdered me. I'm looking at the chat and I can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of you, and none of you have axe murdered me yet. Them's good odds when it comes down to the internet. So, listen, if you just popped your head in tonight, if you're trying to figure out what the fuck, five of you at least, All the teachers want participation, but then they complain about our participation. It's because you're full of shit. So listen, if this is the first time you listen to the show, if you're trying to figure out what it's about, if you're trying to figure out whether you're going to like or subscribe or do whatever it is you're supposed to do on any streaming media, the answer is yes. Just do it. Click the thing. Love the stuff. But if you're still trying to figure it out, I'm sorry. Tonight's show's not a great show. We're just having fun. I'm hanging out with you guys, my friends. You know, that's just how it goes. That's just what we're doing. Because shit is fucked up. Now I see everybody's talking about Cyberpunk in chat. Yes, I too am very excited for Cyberpunk. So here's the thing. It is actually cool that they've delayed this. Now, you know, hot take, and we talked about video games last week, so we're delving back into last week's subject matter. Last week was all the video game themed playlist, and if you want to check that out, you can find it on my Spotify and on the website. But we talked about this last week. We are so used to AAA studios like Bethesda. They put a game together. We are so fucking desperate and gagging for it that we pre-order it and we give them all the money. We give them all the money. And then they put out a broken game because they already have your money. They don't give a shit. Now, Enjar's saying with how many times they delayed, there has to be major issues. I actually disagree with you, Enjar, because here's the thing. People have short memories. This is really common for CD Projekt Red. They have often, actually, for most of these, they have often delayed their titles. And one of the things that I was mentioning in one of our chat rooms earlier that we kind of forget about is people still demand physical discs. And that's problematic because it really does delay your game and it makes things difficult. If you want a physical disc for a video game, that adds like 2 months onto your lead time because you have to print the disc, you have to distribute the disc, you have to get the cases and the covers and everything. And so if a game gets a little bit pushback, a tiny bit pushback, you suddenly have this like expanding runway that you need. And it's bullshit, and I just want to customize my gigantic Night City neon penis. But them's the breaks, kids. So we could talk more about us. And people do want me to do some Chromatica. We'll see. I'm trying to decide. So if you're watching on Twitch right now or one of the new streams, let me know because I'm actually thinking of cutting back an hour. Instead of doing 3 full hours in a row, I'm actually thinking about cutting back and only doing 2. Playing more music, just sucking things down to a slightly more manageable size, and potentially playing more music. Now, we're about the halfway point in the show, and we've been having some fun. We played some brand new Unleash the Archers, old school Saxon, Merciful Fate, Clutch, Samael. We started with some Amon Amarth. We've been having a good, fun time. And I thought one of the things that we haven't done in a long time, and one of sort of the altars we haven't worshipped at for a long time, and for the people who are just coming to the show new, who are waiting for that fucking Melodeath that I talked about, sorry about it. Tonight's kind of an old school night. We have not worshipped at the altar of the Scorpions in a long, long time. And we used to do like one Scorpions track, one Iron Maiden track every single episode. It's very important. But the Scorpions represent a really important part of the 80s and the development of glam metal and power metal and heavy metal and sort of what broke off in that direction. And so it's always important that we come back every now and again and just love them for being them. Now, I was thinking about playing No One Like You. However, I was also thinking I would go back probably even earlier. Love at First Sting, of course, is the album that is most famous because everybody loves Rock You Like a Hurricane. But there are 3 albums actually before that are fabulous. And that is Love Drive, Blackout, and what's the third one? I'm going to be wrong on the stream. Animal Magnetism. And Love Drive in particular is an incredible album. It's so good. So I might play something off that if you guys are okay with a tiny little bit of Sting. Mackenzie Gary, I see. Mackenzie Gary is our local cult leader. We all worship and offer the lettuce. So if I am... if I am thinking of cutting back... Mackenzie Gary has said it's now up to Sunravel Me. So here's the deal. I'm thinking of cutting back from 3 hours to 2 hours in a stream, leaving you wanting a little bit more. Apparently, we're passing the buck through chat. So somebody in chat is eventually going to have to make the decision on this. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to play you guys some Scorpions. I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to play for you. Don't Make No Promises Your Body Can't Keep is fabulous. Another Piece of Meat is fabulous. Fuck, there's so many good Scorpion songs. I'm going to play Blackout. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio. We're about halfway through the show. We play heavy metal, hard rock, we talk shit. Tonight, not a good stream. It's not a good stream. I'm not on my game. I'm not feeling well. And yet we're having a whole lot of fun. So if you're joining us, whether it's on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Vim TV, on the website at mspwaves.com, in Discord, wherever you may be, thanks for coming to hang out with me. If you want to learn more about Hive, if you want to learn more about blockchain, if you want to hear some synthwave, if you want to do something much more serious than this, give up on this show. Come back on Saturday. That's when I do a show called Cyberbuzz. Everything you need to know is at mspwaves.com. Otherwise, you're just going to have to hang out and listen to metal with me. I mean, there are worse fates. Maybe. Oh boy, there we go. Hey, so it's FullForce Radio. It looks like during that break, I actually managed to hook up the YouTube. So listen, I'm a disaster. I'm not a good streamer. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not awesome at this, but we're figuring it out on air. If you're hanging out in the Discord right now, you are one of the featured listeners just sliming along. So it's a nice verb. I'm picking a verb. It's a nice verb. Underneath me here, can you see on the stream? You're sliming along. So let's talk a little bit about cool shit that goes along with FullForce Radio, because over the last 3 years, we've had some cool marketing plans that we've never done. Merchandise is coming. I'm just going to sell you all my shit. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's right here. It's happening. This is some Billy Mays here kind of shit. But yeah, if you want to be on the live stream, if you want to show up, if you hang out in the Discord, look it. Here you are down below. People are waiting for this shit. Yeah, I know. It's been designed for years. But listen, we're live on the Twitter thing. We're live on YouTube. We're gonna keep adding platforms, and we're gonna show people all of the cool stuff that comes out of the blockchain and all the fun things that come around that. So the live count is not working. I agree. I don't know what the live count is. It says 1. Fair enough. Well, listen, that's something I'm going to be working on. So you guys know I do a bit of coding in my spare time. I do. One of the things that I have prepped, it's just not working yet. If you look on the overlay, look here, I'm going to bring it up. Boop! Watching now. You see here? I just put it on. And right now, the only API I have hooked up is the Vim stream. So, boop! There's the Vim stream. See, there's the number. I've just made it appear on the screen like magic, like fucking magic. Now, the only thing is, hold on, let's fix that. Let's put it in the right spot. There it is. The only problem is I haven't hooked up the API to everything else. So I'm going to have to do some coding. I'm going to have to pull the live watchers from YouTube, from Twitter, from... Where are we even streaming to? It doesn't matter. Vim TV is the only important one. But I have to pull them all together, do some math, make the code, do the thing with the stuff and the beeps and the boops, and then onto the screen. Because, 4 while watching on Vim is fabulous. It's not the amount of people that are watching right now. So let's just hide that. Let's hide my shame. And let's quickly remind everybody what they're listening to while I get my shit together. Shit together. We got to talk about what we're going to name tonight's show. I don't know. Something about my metal BFFs being here for me, even though I've been betrayed. And something about cheese being the hill that I want to die on. These are the things that come to mind. But you guys know that you guys get to name the show. Every episode gets named after what you guys want. And I mean, tonight we've gotten no good ideas whatsoever. But, it's fine.
FullForce Radio! With Crimson Clad.
That's right, with me. So, listen, I told you guys, for those of you who are watching in the Discord, I told you guys, I done told ya, that I was going to show you the item. Let me just see if I can do that. That I have decided on to buy myself to remind me not to fall for dumb shit again. And I am thinking that I am going to buy myself a ring called Betrayal. Just a tiny little ring, and I will wear it all the time to remember, trust no bitch. Trust no bitch. All it is, tiny little dagger, that little backstabbing dagger. I'll wear it every single night. And anytime I need to remember, trust no bitch. That's it, right there. Just a little dagger. I might even wear it on this finger. Trust no bitch. Crimson Clad 2020. Now, Valkyria, I've been saying that for years, and you would think, goddamn, you would think, trust no bitch. That's the name of the show. Fair enough. Trust no bitch, hashtag cheese is the hill I will die on. Fair enough. That's the name of the show. You're right. That is the name of the show. But this is often, it's funny because in this scene, I meet so many people across the blockchain, across live streams, across friend circles, and all this stuff. I meet so many of you, and I trust you implicitly, and I love you immediately. Crocodile, fucking know you. I love you. You guys, I love hanging out. Trust no bitch unless she's made of cheese. Hashtag unless she's made of cheese. But so that's it. Like, this is a normal thing. I have this awesome relationship with you guys, with viewers, with participants. You know, people want to come on the show and we chat about stuff. Fair enough. But it goes only so far. And when it comes to business especially, I pride myself on being very careful and perhaps even a bit of a cold, frigid bitch. And it failed me this time. And it hurt. It hurt financially a lot. But it hurts my heart because I never saw this coming. And I don't know that I have a lot of recourse to fix it. And so I've definitely been in a weird, thank you, Clay. I've been in a weird, vulnerable spot this week. And when you compound that with the fact of having a family emergency, and when you compound that with some of the other stuff going on, can you explain it a little? I can indeed. Very gently and to like not get too far into it. Technically, one of my employees, my company, I co-own it with some other people. One of my employees who did the books for us, wiped the business account. And it fucking hurt a lot. Just pieced. So yeah, that was really frustrating. And because of the way that things are set up and because of the way that the layouts of stuff were, their name was on this account. And so it wasn't like a hacking at all. They had access to this account as part of the admin team that handled it. And it's complicated by the fact that it's cross borders and it becomes more of a civil thing versus a criminal thing. And so in a lot of cases, because I'm in Canada, because it's in the US, because I done got looted. Motherfucker, I did. Riots everywhere. I got looted. I got looted. International. I'm in Canada, they're in the US. So this has just been, it's been a week. And the same night, I found this out on Monday morning, my grandmother fell on Monday night. And so what that basically meant was by like midnight on Monday, I was numb, honestly. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was helping my family, I was working through with my business stuff, I've lost money, it's gone. I'm worried about my family. Many of you guys that have hung around the live stream know that I have people in my family who are immunocompromised. So even going to a hospital right now is dangerous for parts of my family. Monday, I wasn't in great shape. And this week, there's a lot of obligations going on. There's a lot of stuff still happening. And everyone's in this boat. And you guys, you all know this. I love each and every one of you. And I know a lot of you guys are going through tough shit right now. Some of you live in a country that feels like it's falling apart. Some of you are going through health stuff with your own friends and family. Some of you are going through your own money issues because the entire world has gone insane, the economy. And so this is not a pity party. We don't want it to be a pity party. But certainly by the end of Monday, I was like, what happened to the murder hornets? Bring the murder hornets back. Like, let's go around with the murder hornets. I'm feeling good. By today, it's funny now. It's more funny than anything. And we evolve. We evolve and we get stronger. But you best believe that I will be wearing this every day and I will remember to trust no bitch. So, with that being said, I will keep you guys apprised of the situation since I don't know what will happen with it. We'll see. It's up in the air. We'll figure it out as we go. Now, I do want to play you guys some more music. And I did say I was going to play you guys some metalhead. Now, when I'm taking a look, I got about an hour and a half left in the show. I got lots of stuff I want to play for you guys. And I was saying I was going to play some industrial. I'd love to play some Rammstein for you guys coming up. I want to fit some Amorphous in tonight. But there are some other big announcements. Oh, God, Mariana, why do you do this? Why? That is a terrible screenshot. I mean, like, let's face it. I don't watch my own camera. I don't watch the cam. I learned a long time ago to not watch the camera because I am a dorky looking motherfucker. I am not A++ photographs well. And you'll notice when I do take photographs, I very carefully like adjust my whatever. You know, I need to be one of those like Instagrammers. I need the beauty ring light and the really natural like twist and like just standing here looking out the window totally naturally, like that bullshit. If I don't do that, it's rough. Shit's rough. But I learned you can't care about that. You can't. Somebody's going to Photoshop a dildo on that in like 14 seconds. It's too long. Can't be arsed to worry about it. Life is too short to be concerned about when somebody Photoshops you like this. Life's too short. So let's play some more music. With that being said, some other big announcements were on the horizon tonight, and I wanted to talk a little bit about them. Now, one of them is this weekend, starting tomorrow, and LP Faust is still in the audience. There is, let me just copy the link here quickly. There is a festival. Oh, thank you. There is a festival going on this weekend. And so LP Faust often plays a lot of these bands. It's his kind of jam. He loves to play bands like Suicidal Tendencies and Bad Religion, Pennywise. These are all kind of up his alley. Anti-Flag. These are all bands that I love a lot too. I had a very punky phase. But so there is a festival going on this weekend. If you're looking for live streams to catch, if you're looking for some metal, for some loud music, for some fun stuff, there is a festival called 5 Months Alone. And it's just basically underlining the fact that we are all desperate to get out and to connect with each other. So some of the bands on the docket, Gojira, Mastodon, and this is just tomorrow's lineup. If you want to check this out, all weekend, these bands will be streaming as part of this streamed festival. Yeah, I know, because they're the shit. I'm just saying. Here you go, LP Faust. I'm not sure what time they're on tomorrow because I'm not sure what time zone this is in. But they're playing in the morning. So I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying, here you are. If you're interested in some of the music that I play or that LP Faust plays, there's a whole festival this weekend that you want to listen to. Now, if you look at this, there is Slipknot on there. Now, a Slipknot we've played on this show because Slipknot holds a very special place in my heart, along with some kind of cheesy nu metal bands. And one that actually surprised me that I just saw. Oh, the Crim memes are coming. I love it. They make me happy. The thing that I saw this weekend that surprised me was Papa Roach is doing a live stream as well, a 20-year anniversary live stream. And when I look back at that period in my younger days where I was moving from rock and roll to heavy metal, bands like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, those were the bands that really sort of got me. But bands like Slipknot and like Papa Roach, 12-year-old me, 13-year-old me was definitely heavily influenced by that. And there was this convergence of classic hard rock metal and this sort of new metal, and the two of them met. And I will say, yes, Unravel Me, we've talked about this on the show before. I went to see Papa Roach live as well. I did. And Papa Roach, I've told you guys on the show, one of my favorite stories, Papa Roach was my first wall of death. No word of a lie. My very first wall of death. Now, if you don't know what that is, if you're not a metalhead or you've never been to a concert or a festival where you've been caught in a wall of death, it is where everybody separates and then runs at each other and smashes in the middle. It's like, instead of just starting a mosh pit, it's like fucking like wingsuiting off of a canyon into a mosh pit. It's a little hardcore. And it's awesome. And that was at Papa Roach. I mean, to whatever, 13-year-old me, that was extreme. You know, you had Iron Maiden and Eddie, you know, like a 20-foot tall Eddie dressed as the Trooper. And that was really cool. And that was my connection to metal. And then I went to see Papa Roach. Papa Roach, of all things. And that was the very first time that I experienced a fucking raw, like, wall of humanity. Yeah, cut my life in 2 pieces. Yeah, Red Rover for adults. Red Rover for adults is somebody's neck's getting broken. That's what that is, Julia. But yeah, consensual dry hump. Pretty much. And you see, you say consensual dry hump, and Qua pretends to stop fake newsing and pay attention again. But that was at Papa Roach. And so I often look at Slipknot and Papa Roach and a lot of what happened in nu metal as the catalysts that now, when I look back, the reason that I love death metal, the reason that I got into harder music, these were catalysts. Yes, Iron Maiden was part of it. Yes, you know, Judas Priest was part of it. Yes, David Bowie was part of it. Yes, Blue Oyster Cult was part of it. Yes, Venom. Yes, Dio. Yes, Ozzy. Yes, Scorpions. But there was stuff going on in the 90s, especially 90s and 2000s, that really made it a turning point for me and pushed me into some darker and heavier music. And I have to say, as memeable as it is, because everybody in chat right now, like, here's Valkyria, cut my life into pizza, this is my plastic fork. It's memeable when we look back, but it holds an important space in our hearts. And so I thought, because of that, it would be a really good time to maybe slip some Slipknot into the playlist. Now you guys get to choose, because I didn't prep tonight. Do you guys want Psychosocial or do you want Duality? Those are the 2 that I'd like to play. I'm open to Wait and Bleed, but Psychosocial or Duality are probably the 2 that I'd like to play. So what do you guys want? El Gecko, you're having fun. Duality or Snuff? It sounds like Duality. Like, Clay fucking pinged me. Quaz like Duality. Okay, we'll do Duality. Fair enough. We'll play some Slipknot. We'll have a little bit of fun. It's FullForce Radio. We've been talking about betrayal and cheese and nu metal and walls of death. And all of these things are fun. So if you're just joining us for the first time and you're not sure if you ever want to come back and watch this show again, please give me another try. I fucking suck tonight, but I'm having fun nonetheless. And thank you for hanging out with me for the time that you do. It means a lot to me. We've been doing this for 3 years. We have so much fun, and we listen to so much good music, and we listened to so much at FullForce.
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never ends. It works its way inside. If the pain goes on. I've waited as my time's elapsed. Now all I do is live with so much fate. I've wished for this, I've bitched at that. I've left behind this little fact: you cannot kill what you did not create. I've gotta say what I've gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away, but I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems like one big past. You're left with me cause you left me no choice. I push my fingers until my or separate the skin from bone, leave me all the pieces, then you can leave me alone.
I'm sorry. I got going so hard there that I didn't actually finish. I didn't finish up in time. Hey, so some of you just lived through your first hug pit. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've never made it through a hug pit before, there's this little thing we do here. Many of you are newbies. Oh, I got a pat, I got a lick, I got a hug. There you go. You got it, Croc. So here's the deal. Oh, my Lanta. Many of you. Oh gosh, no Chads were hurt during the making of that hug. It's so funny. Many of you guys know my best friend's name is Chad. And we make we make so many Chad jokes for him. It's really unfortunate, honestly. But it is like the best thing in my life, and I'll never stop. And he just knows that, and he accepts it. So here's the deal. When we first started doing FullForce Radio, we realized there are people from all over the world who listen. We have people like Marco, you broke it. We have people like Marco who are on the other side of the world. It's literally like 4 a.m. for Marco right now. Some of you guys are upside down. I see you there in Australia or wherever you be. You're all over the state. That's amazing. Ron, I'm going to send that to him. You're all over the US. We're in Canada. You're all over the world. There are people all over the world. And one thing we learned is part of the whole like not wearing pants thing is that, you know, the idea of a hug pit gets a little dirty. The idea of a mosh pit gets a little dirty because pants aren't a thing. And so the reality is we do indeed. That wasn't a booty shake. That was an awkward, like, shuffle at best. One of the things that happened was that we decided, what is the best way for us to emulate having our own little mosh pit? Because we don't have a real mosh pit. What happens after the hug pit? Showers, hopefully. It wasn't a booty shake. God damn it. God damn it. Just everybody is going, ah! You know, we were talking about this the other day. There is this whole desire. People want that kind of thing, and I'm no good at it. I'm very private. It's taken me 3 years to even get video up, and you know, it's just never gonna happen. I recognize that that's the deal. Like, if I wear the shirts and I, you know, do the whatever, and you know, just always, it was a shuffle. It was not a booty shake. You know, I could be like climbing all over my couch here and whatever, and that's, I'm going to be lost in obscurity forever, and I'm okay with that. We're gonna build ourselves up without going that route. And you know what? For the women who can and the men who can, good on you. But I'm just not ready to open my entire life up to that type of insanity. But listen, here's the deal. So we can't have a real Clay says I'm gonna be selling bathwater in another year. So here's the deal. We learned we can't have a mosh pit. I can't reach out and touch you guys, which honestly, it's probably for the best. But we can have a hug pit. And so if you hang out in the Discord, usually towards the end of the show from my casting couch, that's right. I'm just gonna hang out here all the time. It'll be amazing, right? You know, so we started having the hug pit. And so if you're wondering what the fuck was going on in there, one of the best things that we do is you come and you hang out in the Discord and you can use the hug bot. Oh my God, Lacey has nailed it. Hi, I'm Crim. Welcome to my OnlyFans. Tier 1 is $5 and you get to watch me drink and cry. Take my money. That's it. Let's think up all the things I'm going to do on my OnlyFans. Tier 1 is I'm going to cry. Yeah, just cry into the camera. Yeah, I like this. And I don't smell. I checked there as part of that joke, but it was like a real check. I have a real fear of smelling. I'm fearful that you guys will smell me. It's not logical, but it's a thing that happens. And obviously, like metal shows especially, by the time I get out of the pit, I'm so convinced I smell. So even when I'm on the show, I'll be like, ha 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 ha, joking. but it's not a joke. I'm actually checking, because if I smell, then I'm gonna leave during the next break and like go get deodorant. Is it logical? Absolutely not. Is it good fun? Totally. So, people want to smell behind my knees. Okay, fun. I'm not going to put my knee over my head. Let's find some more music. Let's pretend on this heavy metal show that we actually play some fucking music, right? We're having fun tonight, and I appreciate that you guys are here for me. This is catharsis at its best. I'm not having a good week. You're not having a good week. I don't have a good handle on what's happening in the universe. I didn't prep a show, but we're listening to loud music, and we're kicking it old school, and we're smelling our pits, and we're dying on Cheese Hill. So I did tell you guys that I did want to play some Amorphous, and I wanted to play some Rammstein. Now, Rammstein is actually, they've just made an announcement that they are creating some new music. That's really exciting. The last album that came out, of course, was the Remixes album. Now, that got missed by a lot of people because in 2019, they put out another album called Rammstein. It had Deutschland and Radio on it. It was fabulous. It was a great album, as per usual. So the thing is, they actually put out a Remixes album, and I've played a couple of tracks off this album for you, but I want to go way back, like the Big Friendly Giant. I want to go way back, and I want to take you to one of my favorite albums of theirs. And it's a very early album. It's called Sehnsucht. Now, Sehnsucht is probably, to this day, my favorite Rammstein album. And that's saying something because their whole discography speaks to me. And I've spent a lot of time in... Oh, no. Oh. Mariano, stop! Ah! If you're not in Discord, there are some terrible screen captures of me going around right now. They're bad. They're bad, and we should feel bad. But all jokes aside, Rammstein, I've loved them for so long, and Sehnsucht is one of my favorite albums. But everybody's talking about how they're gonna smell me. Clay has smelled me. Clay, please confirm. Clay has sniffed me already. Everybody else wants to smell. I feel like I'm gonna be like. Many people, many people have smelled me and hugged me and touched me while damp. So there you go. Confirmed. I'm a real human. Oh boy. This is just bad. Everything is bad. It's bad and I feel bad. Rammstein. I've talked at length with you guys about why Rammstein is so important, both in the development of the industrial metal scene, the experimental metal scene, but I talked a lot about why Rammstein has been really a part of that sort of breaking away from government control. Now, one of the things I tweeted about today, if you guys noticed my tweet today, I was talking a little bit about how Hive and blockchain and social blockchain bringing me to streaming wasn't a mistake. Now, one of the things that streaming is about connecting and sharing and content creation. Fine, whatever, fuck. Bleh. But one of the reasons that we connect it to blockchain and why we do everything on the blockchain and the reason that we're pursuing social blockchain is censorship resistance and the ability to move towards self-sovereignty. And this is a really important thing in a lot of Rammstein's music and a lot of Rammstein's development. When they started out, they were young men and they were behind the wall in Germany. And it was a time where if you were a musician, you were a proper musician. You were the type of musician who was hired in a string quartet to play for rich people after hours. During the day, you had a laborer job. At night, you followed curfew. There was no rock and roll. There were no concerts. This was a time where Germany was very problematic. Now, Gecko, I know you've heard all this and you don't care. But this is sort of an important thing for the rest of us on the outside of the world. You know, here is the, Banjo is singing David Bowie lyrics during my show. That's delightful. Hey, Stace, it's good to see you. So here's the deal. Rammstein represented this strange, uncomfortable dichotomy in music. And it was indeed the ability to say, fuck this government. Fuck what's being put on me. We're going to meet in clandestine. We're going to meet in secret. We're going to make ugly, brutal music. We're going to pair machine and industrial sounds and we're going to pair that with the emotion that we feel and this explosive creative force inside us. And, you know, Rammstein for a lot of people is like, oh yeah, they make that German music. Yeah, okay. But for me, I look at a lot of what they did and a lot of where their sound and their development came from, and they really do represent this need to tear down a wall and to be grotesque and be ugly and be creative in a way that challenges the people around them. And I so gravitate towards that. And so, I mean, there's lots of Rammstein music I could pick. And there are a lot of really beautiful tracks. On this show, I've played some of the songs that are closer to kind of like love songs or odes to what's beautiful out there. I've even showed you guys they released a full acoustic piano arrangement album called Clavier. And it's all of their songs instrumentally arranged on a classical baby grand. It's stunning. However, we're not doing that tonight. We are doing classic Rammstein tonight. Now, I briefly thought about playing Ich trve because I love that song. I briefly thought about playing something like Spring or Rosenrot, but instead, no, we're going to go all the way back. We're going to go back to Sehnsucht, a CD that still to this day lives in my car. And there are a lot of great tracks on this album, but I'm going to play you the title track because it's been so long. I'm going to play Sehnsucht for you. My name is Crimson Cloud. This is FullForce Radio. We play heavy metal, hard rock. We talk shit. We just hang out like a bunch of buds. So if you want to do this more often, come back every week. If you're in the Discord, let me know. I'll put a roll on you and you'll be reminded when I go live on air. You can follow on Twitch. You can follow on YouTube. You can follow on Twitter. Vim TV is fabulous. And of course, you can check out mspwaves.com for more entertainment that's not just for me, because honestly, you're going to get sick of me real quick. Let's do Rammstein. Let me just...
Deine Tränen reiten übers Kinn nach Afrika. Wieder in den Schoß der Löwen, wo ich einst zu Hause war. Zwischen deine langen Beine such den Schnee vom letzten Jahr. Doch es ist kein Schnee mehr da. Tränen reiten über Wolken ohne Glück. Der große Vogel schiebt den Kopf sanft in sein Versteck zurück. Zwischen deine langen Beine such den Sand vom letzten Jahr. Doch es ist kein Sand mehr da. Sehnsucht versteckt. Be
not going to hit pause in time, am I? I am. Hey, Croc, thanks for showing up. You're welcome to come back anytime you're willing to spend with me. I am not too proud. But truly, thank you. I'm so glad you had a fun time at the stream. Come on out. If you do want to get started on Hive, please let me know. I would be so happy. Anybody who's watching on stream right now, anybody who is hanging out, anybody who is brave enough, anybody who's brave enough to check us out on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, on anything. If you're interested in blockchain social media, if you want to learn a little bit more about taking that next step, maybe your first step into crypto, let me know. I'll make you a Hive account. That is the whole point here. You know, you can stream everywhere. You could stream across all of these fun little places. But the reality is we always want to back it up. And we always want to take advantage of disruptive technology, of the connections that blockchain enable us, and of course of the value and all of the other things that come along with it. But that is a Saturday topic, not so much a Thursday topic. Now, hey, Round Bear Games, I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're doing well. I see a lot of people jumping in, jumping out, coming, going. The show is long. I admit 3 hours is a long time. So we'll talk a little bit more about potentially paring the show down. If the show was pared down, we would be ending right now. And that's still on the table. 2 hours is a lot. Clay has a confession to make. And look at you, you cheese licker, Marco. So cram. I've never met you before, but hey, thanks for jumping in. Clay, just fucking make the confession, man. Everybody's listening. You got the floor. You have the attention. But the reality is I still got some stuff I want to play tonight. I love cold pizza, Clay. I fucking love cold pizza. I like cold everything. We've talked about this on the stream. Maybe it's disgusting. First of all, I like pineapple on pizza. I'll fucking fight all of you as I hike up my pants on the stream. I'll fucking fight you. I like pineapple on pizza. I'll die on that hill. I love, yeah, Julia, I'm sorry, I will. I'll fight you. I fucking love pineapple on pizza. I love cold pizza. I love cold everything. I love cold everything the day later. Oh, yes, it's fucking delicious. Cold foods. You know why? Mackenzie Gary, fearless leader. Let me say why. I believe because much like stew, things that sit a slight bit longer in the fridge have time to break down a little, meld, their flavors get a little bit more heightened. It's good shit, and I don't care. Everything's good cold. And this is a thing that I need to confirm with all of you who are watching, because people are jumping in and just jumping the right fuck out again. Tiny spoons. Eat ice cream or pudding or soup or anything with a small spoon. You can eat the exact same food. Ooh, we're divided. Pineapple on pizza is delicious, and I will fight you. It's a very polarizing topic. If you ever want to start a fist fight between friends, play Uno or ask if somebody wants pineapple on their pizza. These two things are a guaranteed motherfucking fight. Now, God, I was just noticing, Ron usually beaks me about getting my nails done. I'm on COVID lockdown, and I have not been able to see my esthetician. Look at this. Look at this. I have not had my nails done. They're not black. It's soul crushing. But yeah, tiny spoons are not frustrating. They are delicious. And yes, I saw LP. I saw. This is one of those things. Things sit and they break down and the flavors meld and they're fucking delicious. But tiny spoons are delightful. Yes, they're as pale as my legs. I know. What does this world come to? Sighing. Just sigh. Sigh. 520 and you'll fake news it on YouTube. Marco, you are a champion. You're a scholar and a gentleman. Now, people are asking me about the tiny spoon. Listen, your food lasts longer. You could take giant scoops with a tiny spoon and you'll still be able to eat the food longer. Tiny spoons are eminently more pleasing than giant spoons. Yes, tiny things are cute. They even taste cute. A giant, my spoon is too big. You can't have too big a spoon. It's not a thing. It's not allowed. What did we say we were going to name tonight's show? We're going to have to get on that. We're going to have to fix tonight's show name. So, okay, we've played the Rammstein. I did tell you guys that I really did want to play some Amorphous for you. It's been a while, and judging by the time left in the show, there was another announcement that I want to... I like to eat so fast that I can stuff more in my stomach before my body can react to being full. Ron, that sounds like you're a duck. I'm pretty sure that's what ducks do. And you know, ducks are like confusing as fuck. Like, they're very cute and you think they're nice, but it turns out they're very mean. Ducks are mean, and they're also rapists. And it's just like, the more I learn about ducks, the more I'm like, don't want to be like a duck. Don't be like a duck. Ducks are jerks. So Ron, you know what? It kind of makes sense that you act like a duck. Yeah, he stuffs his face with bread balls like a duck's too. Corkscrew, dick, duck, rape. And yeah, ducks are rapists. Oh my gosh, unravel me. So many things to tell you. So many things to teach you. And yes, as a Canadian, geese are trash birds. They're assholes. They're trash birds. But ducks are rapists. They're mean, mean, mean. They've developed these big rapey dicks. And then, see? Tiny spoon. Thank you. I almost called you by your name. Viking adventurer, you understand. Tiny, delicious spoon. There is no spoon. Look it. It's perfect. Perfect spoon. I admire your spoon. All right, listen. I said I was going to play some fucking Amorphous. But there's one more band that I wanted to get in tonight. Another announcement. Coming out in a couple of days. Tomorrow, actually. New Lamb of God. Now that's really exciting. For some of you guys, that's going to be too hard. For some of you guys, it's not hard enough. As hard as you can get it, you want it, and you want it hard, and you want it now. New Lamb of God coming. That's really exciting. So we'll try and fit some of them in tonight. And then, of course, like I said, we'll get to Amorphous. Now, Amorphous is my favorite band. There's no doubt about it, no ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I've played a lot of Amorphous over the 3 years that I've been doing this show. I've probably played the majority of their discography. And they've got albums going back to the early 2000s. In fact, probably before that, Elegy was mid-90s. And that's one of their first albums. I would say the first album that I know of off the top of my head is Tales from the Thousand Lakes. And that's, again, mid-90s. Now, there's so many songs that I want to play for you. And of course, having 25 years worth of albums to choose from makes it pretty difficult. So I will give you guys, I'll give you guys a choice for everybody watching. You can say hi on the Vim stream. You can, if a dolphin sneak boinks you in the ocean, it's fair game to go for that blowhole, right? That's a good question. I'm honestly unsure. I personally would recommend that you do not put your dick into a dolphin. Now, this is just me. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I did read somewhere that when a dolphin ejaculates, they can snap your neck. Thoughts? Julia wants me to name this episode Duck Rape with a Tiny Spoon. I still like that their Trust No Bitch needs to be in the title. So yes, I'm gonna play with this. Stace says, if you mess with that blowhole, it'll rip your flim-flam off. This is what things I'm learning tonight. You know, never let it be said that you can come to a Crimson Clad live stream and not learn something very scientific. And it turns out that it's everybody talking about how if you try to put your penis in a dolphin, your penis will not be okay. Fair enough. Probably kind of horrible. Yes, Viking Adventure, the episode name should be Trust No Bitch with a Tiny Spoon. And Flim Flam is very scientific. I'm just saying, never let it be said that you don't learn something on this show. I've learned something on this show today. I'm not like sure what it is, but it would be that if I did have a penis, I would not put it in a dolphin. I'd like to think that that's common knowledge, or that's something that each and every one of you holds true in your hearts, but you know, internet. Oh gosh. Now it's funny, Sunravel Me has posted a goose image with a paddle in the chat. It says, mess with the honk, you get the bonk. That is from a video game called Untitled Goose Game. And if you've never played it, and many of you guys are concerned, I see the faces in chat, people are going, because yeah, that goose is gonna bonk you. He's a bonk boy. It's called Untitled Goose Game. And if you've never played it, here, let me set the stage for you. You're a goose, and your entire purpose in the game is to fuck with people. That's all you do. You take things from them, you purposely make them angry, you attack them, and you steal their food. That's the whole game. There's an entire video game. You're a goose. There is a dedicated button on your controller to honk. It's a honk button. Part of the game is just going as you run around and honk at people. This is an actual game. That's what that's from. It's super fun. But I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that there's an entire video game about being a goose and being a jerk. So, gooses, jerks, cheese, spoons, penises, dolphins, Full Force Radio, heavy metal. Sounds about right. Pretty classic. I'm shocked that we have any listeners whatsoever. Haven't yet found out if I'm banned, but wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to give you guys a choice. There's two things we can do. We can play a super dank, heavy version of Light My Fire. Now, that's a classic song by The Doors, and it features a keyboard solo in it that just lights up the universe. It is a fabulous classic track. So you guys probably know, Come On Baby, Light My Fire. This is a death metal cover version of that song out of a Finnish band who have basically become one of the front leaders in Metalhead. That's an option. Or I can play, there's a couple different tracks, but I think I would play Death of a King. So that is probably another one of my favorite, I was going to say one of my favorite Amorphous songs, but I like everything they do, so, you know. Death of a King is a great track. So do you guys feel like a cover, or do you feel like, do you feel like something with a bit more, you want to hear the Doors one? You guys want to hear the weird? How about we do two Amorphous? Let's do an Amorphous double feature. We'll do Amorphous, we'll do the Doors cover, and then we'll do Death of a King just because that's what I want to hear. Oh gosh, all you guys with your Switches. Okay, I kind of want to play Switch with you guys, but I don't want to pay Nintendo for a yearly subscription. Am I being a cheap bitch? I don't know. I gotta sneeze and I want to play you the Doors. And I don't want to sneeze on camera. So let's just let's get the song playing before I sneeze. My name is Crimson Clyde. This is Full Force Radio. Every Thursday night, I live stream out across the universe from my home base on the Hive blockchain. I am part of MSP Waves. It is a social interactive broadcasting network. We have a lot of fun. We're really stupid. We play loud music. And tonight, you are my therapy. You're my catharsis. I'm having a bad fucking week. I didn't prep a show, and yet here we are having a time, having fun. You light my fire.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
go, man. Classic cover, and I'm such a fan of Amorphous. And so let me fill in a little bit, because that is a really classic track. Amorphous is they're a Finnish band, but they're very synth heavy, and so they're a melodeath band, and they are a true death metal band, and they've become pioneers in that. But they started off very synth heavy, and they're still very synth heavy, and they have a very talented synth player. Oh, Filthy Frank, he's all over the place. Gosh, I'm getting the hiccups. That's how you know I finished this. So here's the deal. They have a very talented synth player, and metal often relies on synths. It's really common, but it doesn't always get sort of a central place in the music. And so one of the most important things about the Doors was that wild psychedelic energy that was conveyed by that solo in Light My Fire is just, it's mind-blowing, and it still holds up as beautiful. And so when the Doors kind of moved on, and all the things that happened, and Jim Morrison and the Lizard King and his whole mysterious disappearance and definitely not death, he certainly laid the groundwork for a mythos for following bands. And so bands in the metal scene, in the rock and roll scene, but especially in the metal scene, look back on these sort of pioneers in this sound. And it's wonderful to see this early stage of Amorphous's career, because you can see where their influences lie. Here's a band in the ass end of Finland making traditional music about Finland's national poem. Very sort of mystical and cultural, and yet they're massively influenced by the work done by the Doors. Very cool. So that being said, that was fun. We all got our 1960s on, and we were talking a little bit about Goose Game. Last week was the week that we talked about the video games, but if you haven't played Untitled Goose Game, it's super fun, and there is actually one point where you need to get dressed up. You need to go through the level, you need to get dressed up, and then you need to bring a flower to some women, and then you need to stand up on like a little stage and actually perform for them. You honk at them and you flap your wings, and I found a gif, and it's adorable. Your whole jam is just to get up and be ridiculous as a goose. You'll fucking honk at people, and you'll take their shit, and they'll chase you, and you'll eat their food, and overall it is a very Clay has honked me. It's a really adorable, really fun game. I mean, literally half the time you're like untying people's shoelaces and then like pinching them. Like you're just an asshole. You're a trash bird. You're a fucking trash bird. This is the whole game. But I did promise you guys I was going to play back to back. I was going to play a twofer. I got about half an hour left in the show. I do want to play some more Amorphous for you. So I'm going to play a track called Death of a King. It's off one of their newest, not newest, but newer albums. Queen of Time is the newest. But it's off an album called Under the Red Cloud. And Amorphous is one of those bands, and I've told you about it over the years. They're a really interesting addition to melodeath because they're so on the line. Their singer can be so clean and so beautiful. Their harmonies are incredible. Their blast beats are devastating. Their growling is intense, and it just rips your soul out of your throat. And they're this really interesting convergence of a very hard style and a very sort of light melodic style. It's really interesting. They're a great band to kind of dabble in if you're interested in some of the heavier music, but you're also trying to find out where it connects with you. They're a really good band to start exploring. But that being said, I'm biased. I'm going to play Amorphous for you whether you like it or not. And I found after I was introduced to Amorphous, then I started getting into heavier and heavier and heavier bands. You're going to find what works for you. I'm going to find songs that I love playing. So I'm going to play a track called Death of a King. And then we'll be coming into the last 20 minutes or so of the show. We always end with Iron Maiden because of course we do. You got to up the irons. And of course, we'll just go through the end of the night. We've done so well. You guys are watching all over the place. It's so cool to see so many people on all of the different streaming options. We're going to learn. We're going to get better. I'm going to stop sucking the big donkey balls. But big shout out. If you're willing to follow on, whether it's mspwaves.com, if you want to follow on the Vim stream, if you want to kind of let your presence be known, let people know you were here. You were here. Crim is on Periscope now. Yeah, Clay, where have you fucking been? It took us 3 shows just to figure out how to do that. I'm on all the things. I'm going to be on all of them. I don't even know what half of these things are. You guys, I need somebody cool who understands social media, because I don't. I literally was looking at adding more platforms. What are these? What is Mixer? I have no idea what Mixer is. Like, I've never heard of half of these. What are these? I don't know. Like, here, like, what's VK Live? What's Kakao TV? What's Nemo? What's Bilibili? I don't understand. I'm so out of touch. What are these things? I don't know. But I'm gonna do all these things. I'm gonna do all of them. I'm gonna do all of them, and everybody's gonna love it, and we're gonna get them all on Hive. That's how it's gonna work. 100%. Yeah, silly names. None of us are cool enough or hip enough or down with the beep boops and the deep doots and the whatnots. I mean, listen, technically by being on Periscope, I tweeted about the show. That's got to count for something, right? God. Anyways, we'll continue improving. We will fix up the overlay a little bit more. But what are you guys thinking? Who wants to fuck a robot? That's Lacey. That's Lacey. Lacey wants to fuck a robot. And if you're watching somewhere else and you want to fuck a robot, go ahead. Write that in chat. Go for it. It's fine. If you want to fuck a robot, there's no judgment. It's all good. But so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Tentacles are greater than robots. We've found the weebs in chat. We found them. Here they are. They're outing themselves. It's fine. I ain't mad. I'm fine. I want everybody to get everything. I want everybody to get satisfied in every way. But with all that being said, the robot sex gifts that are popping up in chat, you're all filthy. You're all filthy motherfuckers. With all that being said, I do want, if you get a chance, give me some feedback on the overlay. This stream is better. As of last week, we made the camera bigger because for some reason you fucks want to see... You want to see more of this, which seems like a mistake, but you're all good. There's Lacey. You see, we ask the question, who wants to fuck a robot? Boom, there she is. Almost immediately. It's magical. Clay has an image for everything. Here's a big camera. Here it is. It's all over the screen. I made that bigger because you guys wanted me to. Done. Check. Fixed up the chat. It's coming from all of the different locations now. Check. All of the people who used to be shown on the overlay who are listening in Discord who want to get a very special shout out and have their avatar on my screen. Check. Fix that too. Boom, bitches. So, we're getting there. And of course, then there's the music screen. We now have over here, we now have the artist, the song title, the album has come back. The spectrum goes along at the bottom. We're slowly figuring it out. But if there's more things you want to see on the overlay, if there's stuff that you specifically want to see coded or created, if there's something that you think would be better or more interesting, or if you just want me to shut up, all of this feedback is very important. You just let me know, and I'll either do exactly what you say or immediately tell you to go fuck yourself. 50-50 chance. I mean, those odds are good odds, right? All right, so let us make sure we get a little bit of music in before the end of the night. I told you guys I was going to play a track by Amorphous called Death of a King. I sure fucking am. It's off an album, like I said, called Under the Red Cloud. This is one of my favorite bands, and I'll try and fit some Lamb of God in after this, and we'll close it up with Iron Maiden. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to talk about cheese, dolphins, robots, dicks, tentacles, cheese, lactose intolerance, rapists that are also ducks, dolphins, robots... Yeah, I mean, I've repeated everything like 4 times, but you guys tend to get stuck in a track. Long story short, anything with a dick, that's what you guys are into. It's fine. I don't judge. This is FullForce Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. If you just tuned in now, I'm so sorry. Or maybe not. track is so good. There you go. Death of a King. That track is amazing live. I mean, Amorphous in general is amazing live, and I've told you guys that millions of times. You're probably sick of hearing it from me, but I have to say, it is so amazing. They sound like that. They sound like a recording. They have amazing, amazing quality, and especially just a Death of a King. It's so, it rattles your insides. Fuck. I'm a fangirl. What can I say? All right, so listen. We've got not that much time left in the show. I was hoping to possibly... Crim is amazing live. I like to think so. I do my best work live. I'm just happy to be alive. And yeah, I agree. Sunravel Me, I'm a huge cephalopod fan. Tentacles aside, because we all like a little bit of tentacles in our lives. But I'm a huge cephalopod fan, and one of the things that I do is when I travel around the world, I like to meet people, but we always like to go to aquariums, and I like to see the cephalopods, and I come home with stuffed cephalopods, cuttlefish, squid, octopi. I have a whole bunch of them. I have a closet full of stuffed cephalopods from around the world. Fun fact, nobody knew that up until now. Now you guys know that, is that I have octopi in my closet. I have a giant red octopus from New Zealand. I have a brown octopus. Anyways, you know, this is the thing. Son, during the next song, I will go into my bedroom and I will get at least one cephalopod. At least. Just for you. See, and I'm always like, oh, it'll only be you guys. I'll only just tell my fans. And then I'll be like, oh, shit. No, this is like dozens and dozens of people are watching this and this stream is live. So, fun fact. All right, see you later, LP. See you tomorrow for Joculation. If you want to find out when LP's on the air, if you like dicks and fart jokes and punk rock, then you should definitely check out Joculation. You can go to mspwaves.com for the full schedule. You can find out more about when I'm on air and all of my fabulous buddies. We have philosophy shows. We have sustainability and food shows and like lo-fi hip-hop. We have Clown World talking about current events. We have shows about blockchain gaming like Splinterlands. We have Meme the News. We have so many cool shows. We have the Carrie Allen does topics and tunes. Listen, you want something? We got it. It's very cool. And if you're more interested in learning about MSP Waves, if you're learning about kind of like blockchain-powered community social broadcasting, if you want to be as much of a giant fucking nerd as me, you always can be too. We do that. So wherever you're watching, whether it be on the Twitter, Twit, Periscope thing, or YouTube if I haven't been banned, or Twitch or any of the places that you're watching, Vim TV. If you want to learn a little bit more about doing this, I don't know why, but we'll help you. It's fun. I'd love to get you involved. So what are we going to end on? We always end on Iron Maiden. And I was thinking about all the different tracks that I want to play for you. I have played so many Iron Maiden songs for you over the years. Like, so many. And I often come back to some of my favorites that I like to sing along with. But I was thinking that I might go back to Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, because we're coming up on... No, we just had the anniversary. And that album was a real turning point for Iron Maiden. That was 1988, so I was just a tiny little twinkle. Aw, look at your kitty. There's a pussy in chat, and I like it. Oh, show me your pussies. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Yes, absolutely. That is a fabulous Iron Maiden track. And of course, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, the epic poem, is also amazing. But there's certainly something, especially that haunting sort of slow guitar solo. And Bruce is reading out the central part of the poem. And bant. Bant. So yeah, absolutely. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is a gooder. But I was thinking of playing something off Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, because in 1998 it actually came out this month, and it was a real turning point for them. And I say that as because it really earlier than that, somewhere back in time, Power Slave, one of my favorite albums, Peace of Mind, the earlier albums were looser, faster, rougher, and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son was really this step in their career where things solidified and meshed, and they were already powerhouses, but this was the time where we saw songs like Evil That Men Do, Moonchild, Can I Play With Madness, where these tracks became perfect. They became that Iron Maiden sound. And I mean, almost everything Iron Maiden does, you know it's Iron Maiden right away. You know it's Bruce, you know it's Nico, you know it's everybody from Iron Maiden. But Seventh Son of a Seventh Son was a really important album. And so I thought, Can I Play With Madness is really short. The Evil That Men Do is also really short. But I like all of these songs, so I'm trying to decide. I think I will play The Evil That Men Do. I've played it before. It's a great sing-along track. It's the perfect track to come up to the end of the night here. Just remember, there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world right now. There's a lot of bad shit even inside metal, inside art, inside music. All of us have the potential to be bad. All of us have the potential to do evil. But all of us have the potential to come together, to support each other, to hang out, to have fun on a live stream, to love our neighbor, to make the world better around us. Whether that's through blockchain or disruptive tech or streaming or just hanging out when somebody's been betrayed and needs a friend. That's you guys. That's what it's all about. The Evil That Men Do. It's Iron Maiden. It's the last song of the night here on FullForce Radio. You better sing along. You have to. You've got to. Crim said so. the last song of the night. Oh, but it's not the last song in my heart, and it's certainly not the last song forever. Listen, Full Force Radio is every single week. You can't get rid of me, motherfuckers. And yes, so during that song, I did indeed whip out my cephalopod. So I was saying that little known fun fact about me is that everywhere I go in the world, I go to aquariums and I look for cephalopods. So this is the giant squid that came home with me after I spent about not quite a month, almost a month driving around New Zealand. So here you go. This is one of the cephalopods. I told you guys it was true. It's so funny. I say these things because it's just conversational. I'm just talking with my friends. And then I realize there's dozens and dozens and dozens of people watching. And I've admitted on air that I love me some tentacles. And now I have proof. But you asked, I shall deliver. So here is my delightful little giant squid. My little red giant squid. We're best buddies. He's going to go over there for now. And we're going to finish up for the night. So, hey, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys had a super fun time. Thank you for putting up with the fact that I did not have a show prep tonight. Thank you for putting up with the fact that, honestly, it's been a rough week. This is not a good show. I'm not put together. I don't have... I don't have anything ready, and I certainly wasn't in the right headspace to do this stream. And yet, with you guys here hanging out, it's always so much more fun. My camera is out of sorts, my face is out of sorts, my music's out of sorts, and yet we have so much fun. So thank you very much. I'm going to... Crocodile Crew, you said you were leaving, but you didn't leave. You're here for Crim. Great. Get checked. Be careful. Be safe. And if you want to learn more, go to mspwaves.com. You can follow me on whatever media makes you happy. And of course, I can always give you the role. You can get pinged in Discord before the show starts. If you want to see me next, I will be on Saturday. I'll be talking about blockchain, disruptive technology. I'll be playing synthwave music. And just living that neon Blade Runner crazy Akira Tokyo life. But for now, I'm Crimson Cloud, and I'm done. Bye. And of course, once the stream stops on MSP Waves, it still goes everywhere else. I gotta clean it up. So thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you had super fun. I'm gonna try and be better next week. I'm gonna try and be prepared and not be confused and not be betrayed and not be miserable. I'm gonna go eat some food. Maybe cheese. Okay, bye.